The illusion of time. In the small, quiet town of Meadowbrook, there was a mysterious clock tower that everyone believed held a secret. The townspeople spoke of its unusual behavior, and many wondered if time had a trick up its sleeve. Every evening, as the sun dipped below the green hills and the stars began their gentle shimmer, children and adults alike gathered near the old tower. They listened to the stories that the elders told about how time could sometimes seem to move slowly like a gentle river or quickly like a wild gust of wind. One cool autumn afternoon, a young student named Emma sat under a large oak tree by the clock tower. Emma was curious about everything, and she asked many questions that made her teachers smile. But there was one subject she thought about more than any other: the strange feeling that sometimes time did not follow the rules we expected. She wondered if time was an illusion, a trick played on the mind by a clever force that could change the way we remember the past or dream about the future. Emma was not alone in her wonder. Mr. Hamilton, a kind teacher known for his gentle manner and wise words, explained to his students that time was not just a simple tick-tock of the clock. In his calm voice, he said, "Time might seem to pass slowly when we are sad and very quickly when we are happy. Perhaps time is only a way to measure our feelings as well as the moments we live." His words brought a spark of hope and thoughtfulness among his listeners, and Emma's heart danced with the idea that there was more to life than the numbers on a clock. That evening, as the golden light mingled with the soft glow of twilight, Emma resolved to understand the mystery of time. With a notebook in hand and a pencil sharp as a new idea, she began to write down her thoughts. She walked slowly to the clock tower, her steps measured and careful, as if she was trying to stretch each moment into a long, thoughtful pause. Along the way, she recalled the stories of old, of legends where heroes had traveled far away, and discovered that time was not a chain that held them down, but a friend who danced with them through every adventure. In the heart of the town, the clock tower stood tall, its brass bells shining as they rang with a deep, comforting sound. As Emma watched, the hands of the clock moved in a way that sometimes seemed to defy logic. There were moments when the second hand moved so slowly that one could almost count each beat of one's own heart, and other times when it zipped around quickly, as if in a hurry to tell everyone that the day was almost over. Emma began to wonder if the clock was not simply showing time, but was showing something deeper, a reflection of how each person experienced the moments of their life. As the days turned into weeks, Emma spent many afternoons near the clock tower. She met with Mr. Hamilton, who joined her in curious exploration. They would sit together on the old stone bench, the wood worn smooth by years of friendly conversations, and discuss how sometimes memories felt as if they were painted in bright colors. She learned that when one is filled with joy, every minute can seem to hold an endless amount of wonder, while sorrow can pull time into a slow and dragging motion. In these quiet talks, Emma slowly began to see that time was not something fixed like the numbers on the tower, but something that lived in the heart of every person. One day, while exploring the nearby fields that stretched out under the blue sky, Emma met an old woman named Clara. Clara was known for the many stories she shared about her youth and the days when the world seemed to pause for a moment. With warm eyes and a gentle smile, Clara told Emma, Long ago, when I was young, I learned that time is a gift that we do not always realize. It is like the soft song of the wind that sometimes whispers and sometimes howls. We only learn its true magic when we listen closely to the silence between its notes. Emma listened carefully, trying to imagine the secrets of time hidden in the rustling leaves and the soft murmur of the brook. Inspired by Clara's words, Emma began to notice details that she had never observed before. She started to appreciate the way the morning dew rested on flower petals, the slow unfolding of a sunrise, and the gentle murmur of conversations in the park. Each of these moments was unique, and she felt them deeply as if they were carefully placed by a master artist who painted with moments instead of colors. Emma slowly realized that time was a personal experience that changed with every heartbeat, every smile, and every tear. In her diary, she wrote long sentences and simple words that celebrated life as a journey full of surprises, where the illusion of time was the very proof that every moment was precious. Some evenings, as the town settled into a calm night, Emma and Mr. Hamilton would attend community gatherings. Under the starlight, with soft music and friendly faces, discussions of time filled the air. They talked about moments that felt like they could stretch forever or pass like a dream. One gentle evening, Mr. Hamilton explained, "Our mind sometimes plays with us, making a minute feel like an hour when we wait for something important, or an hour feel like a flash of time when we are busy with love and laughter." The idea resonated with all who listened, and the simple wisdom brought comfort to those who sometimes felt lost in the endless flow of time. Over time, Emma's understanding grew deeper. She realized that the illusion of time was not a trick to confuse people, but a reminder that every second of life held a story worth telling. With every day that passed, she celebrated the small miracles of her life, the bloom of a flower, a kind gesture from a friend, or the quiet moment of reflection under the vast sky. Each of these little wonders was like a thread in a tapestry that told the rich story of the world. One bright morning, Emma decided to create a small exhibition at her school. With help from Mr. Hamilton and her friends, she gathered drawings, photographs, and simple writings that depicted how each one of them experienced time. Some drawings showed a playground filled with laughter where time moved rapidly, while other pieces captured the soft, lingering moments of a rainy day. The exhibition was called The Illusion of Time, and it became a place where every visitor learned that time could be as shifting as the clouds, or as steady as the stone of the old clock tower in the town square. During the exhibition opening, Clara, the kind old woman from the field, joined the crowd. With tears in her eyes of gentle happiness, she whispered, "You see, my dear, time is an illusion only when we try to hold it too tightly. When we let it flow with our lives, it becomes the music of our hearts." Emma felt a warmth spread in her chest as she realized that the secret of time was not hidden in the movement of clock hands, but in the delicate balance of memory, feeling, and experience. As days became weeks and weeks turned into months, the story of the clock tower and the gentle lessons of time continued to inspire the people of Meadowbrook. Emma grew older, yet she never lost the wonder of those early days spent by the tower. She carried with her the simple truth that time is both an illusion and a friend. For it reminds us to live every day as if it were a beautiful note in the endless song of life. In the end, The mystery of the clock tower was not about the literal tick-tock of a great machine, but about the constant dance of moments that make up our lives. Emma learned that time does not simply slip away into nothingness. It fills our hearts with the memories of every smile and every tear, every quiet thought, and every burst of laughter. The lesson of the illusion of time became a gentle guide for all who wish to live with a full heart and an open mind, embracing every moment as a unique gift. And so, in the small town of Meadowbrook, under the watchful gaze of the ancient clock tower, the people continued their daily lives. They learned to see the beauty in every second and to find meaning in what many believed was just the relentless march of time. Instead, they saw it as a kind companion that whispered to them through every sunrise, every shared smile, and every silent, thoughtful pause in a day that was full of gentle magic.